Welcome to Real Money Talks, how to make money, manage money, and invest money. Your Real Money Talks host, Laurel Langmeyer, gets straight to the point about what it actually takes to make money and build lasting wealth in today's changing economic climate. If you're ready to get the financial results you've always dreamed of, keep listening. Real Money Talks is the right place for you. And now here's your host, Laurel Langmeyer.
Hi, this is Laurel. Welcome back to Laurel's Real Money Talks. We're talking about making money, keeping money, investing money. So whenever we're at these 3-day workshops, which I do once a month, I always want to interview different people and just keep bringing you ideas on how you can make money. And for some of you, if you're actually in the business of construction, which Findlay Johannson is here with us, and he lives in Okotoks, which is right outside of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And how long have you been in the construction business?
I've been 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Now, do you do mostly retail, commercial? Talk about how you got into it. So if somebody's out there watching, so a lot of people from all over the world are watching this, and they're like, how'd you get into it?
Got into it, family business. Basically, myself and my brothers started out of school, and over the years we've done many facets. I say we've done everything from horse barns to hotels.
Wow.
And
that's a really good tagline.
Yeah, it works. And through many years of the construction and doing different things, we've been able to really connect owners of buildings and stuff with the things they need as opposed to the things they think they need. Through the experience we've gotten after going through many buildings, we understand that the functionality, the design components, and the budgets. And it has to interact all of those things in order to pull it together. And that's what we're about, is it only works if we pull all the components together, not just parts and pieces. So that's what.
So it's interesting that you just said that. So there is, I would bet, huge expertise that you bring on what I put was like the workflow, the process design of the commercial space.
Yes. The starting all the way from, we like to be in contact with owners before they engage architects and engineers and stuff, because we know the cost aspects that helps them develop the budgets that they need to know in order to set up their costs and their structure, and then we can engage them with the design of the building as well as the design components that can relate to their budgets that they want to stay within, so we can work with that.
So is that typically a big mistake that most clients, like I just think about the building I bought, right? When I designed, the first person I bought that was an architect. Yeah. And by the time I got to the contractor, right, I mean, we were changing our mind over and over and over. So maybe give some steps, like, so if somebody looking to buy, what would be the right process to get to you? Right?
If you're an owner and you want to be involved in your project, I would consider talking to a contractor first. Check them out, find out who you want to work with, be comfortable with them. And once you've gone that far, then you can at least develop the scale and the plan of where you're headed. You can verify your needs and your wants and kind of connect the costs of both those two components. At some point, then all of a sudden we're going to look at the architects and engineers and begin involving them. If you don't want to be involved in that process, then you could hand it off to an architect and say, here's what I want, and yes, it'll get built and it'll probably look great.
So what are the mistakes, you keep triggering these interesting questions, so what are the mistakes in finding a contractor? You said that you got, the words you had said, find somebody to get along with. How do you even know if you've never really hired one? What are some of the things that you should be asking a contractor?
Basically, if number one is, have they done similar projects? It's kind of typical that it is. And do they have the capability of the scope of the project that you're looking at? And then after that is, does it feel right? Trust your gut. It really is a lot to how I engage in different things. Is just trust yourself, and usually you can sort out the bullshit for the rest of it. So just deal with it. It'll be okay.
That's good. What about contracts? Is there any advice you'd have for folks that are getting into a big commercial project around the contracts? Things that they should avoid or be aware of?
Well, contracts in Canada-wise are pretty straightforward, and they're pretty much there to work on both sides. So we don't have too many problems with our contracts with our customers and stuff. It would be just kind of very standard. But biggest thing is trying to stipulate and think out, and that's where if you get the chance to be working with the contractor ahead of the completions and different things like that, you can sort out all those questions about what happens if the costs begin to overrun, or who brings forward changes or things that have to come to the table, or what is the concern of the owner if they start bringing changes, and how does that affect what they are asking for when they're asking for something that the contractor knows will either change the budget or change the time, which can have a huge impact on the outcome.
Interesting. So any of you that are interested in hiring a contractor, you can always ask Finlay any questions you want. Go to asklaurel.com, put in your name, phone number, and email, ask the questions, say I want to talk to Finlay, I'd like a private consult, I want to learn more about getting in the business of contracting and construction. So let us know what you need. We're here to support you and help you. I appreciate your input and your knowledge to the folks out there. There's tons of ways to make money. Find the thing that is right for you and get to the playing field. Easy 6-7 figure businesses all around you. You're here at Laurel's Real Money Talks. We'll be back soon. Thank you.
Thank you for joining Laurel for this segment of Real Money Talks, how to make money, manage money, and invest money. To continue this new conversation and to find free resources to support your wealth creation, visit asklaurel.com/podcast gifts. That's ASKLORAL.com/podcast gifts. Thanks for listening and join us again soon. New episodes are released every week.